So it is literally one more episode of SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B. Only one more episode. I don't know how these Bravo editors have been able to squeeze all this into it, but my gosh, I just wonder about the stuff that we've missed, that they did not show, and applaud them. I mean, my gosh, this has been a lot, but will there ever be a tour between SWV and Xscape? I don't think so. Let's talk. So, let's talk about this thing. All right. So the first thing we see Taj. I got my little notes over here, y'all. So we see Taj. She is putting on a little sexy dance, little sexy dance for Eddie George. And she don't realize, child, her son right there. So she taking everything out, trying to get a little get out. Y'all stop. This is YouTube. And I have a Christian channel, so we can't do that. Me and Tasha, we both had a conversation with God, and we can't do certain stuff no more, on YouTube or just in life in general. Me, Tasha, and Rocky, we've all had conversations. In fact, we're part of the same prayer circle together. So anyway, Todd, she doing her little dance for Eddie George, realized the son there, child, and she cut it off. I said, Lord, see, trying to be fast. So the next thing we see is Tamika. Tamika is calling Tasha to have a conversation. Tasha's down in the studio. Tasha's either in the studio or at home. And, have she talked to the ladies about the gospel solo deal, I think? But they already know at this point, I think. But you see, it's not even that. Nobody even cares about Tasha's solo deal, her gospel endeavors. It's just about how she move out here in these streets. It's always snake-like and shady. And it's just be upfront and be real. And like I've said before, and obviously I'm not there. I don't know what's going on with her in her life in her real time, but if all the other ladies of Xscape are able to do multiple things, why can't she? Why can't she do her gospel thing and do Xscape? It just, I don't understand, but whatever. So, let me see. So we see Tamika. She goes down to the studio to see Tasha. Rocky's there. Rocky was like, "Hey, what's up, Meek?" And Tamika got to looking around. When I tell you she ignored that man, when I tell you she ignored her brother-in-law, it's so funny. Whenever Tamika refers to Rocky, she always says my sister husband. She don't never call him the brother-in-law. They've been married for years and years and years. And they've been knowing Rocky for years and years and years, way back in the mid-90s. But the child, they is not a fan of Rock'em Sock'em Edward. I don't know how they feel about Edward, but they definitely don't like Rocky. Okay. So, they sat and talked. They had a sister moment, talked about how they hard times and the highways and the byways, and they struggled and went through some stuff. And when the daddy left, they got through it. Yes. And God bless the pastor, what's his name? Randolph, I believe their dad. He did an interview with a couple of YouTubers. And he talked and he said he was always there and he don't understand why they want to paint the narrative. But he said overall, yes, Tasha is closer to her mama and Tamika is closer to me. And we already discussed that. And that's one of the biggest issues that the mama have with Tamika. Because Tamika, every time she see Tamika, she see that daddy. And that daddy hurt her, And so let me see. Next thing we see is all the ladies minus Candy because she was busy. They went to the dance auditions, and the guy that was introducing all of them, I thought that was cute. He introduced each one of them as they was coming in and stuff. I was like, oh, that's sweet. Did we see Sus as one of the dancers? Sus from Candy and the Gang. What's her name? Is it Dominique? I'm Unique. Miss Charity. Oh, gosh, I forgot her name that quick. But that's my girl. Was she one of the dancers that was there? It looked like her. Shouts out to her. If her name will come to mind, hopefully soon. But yes, that's sus. I love her. But anyway, so they did the dances. They danced to just kicking it and stuff. And they was doing their thing, grooving and styling and stuff. And they chose a couple of dances. Taj got up there and started to dance. Tamika claimed that she is the best dancer in the group. I agree with that, I guess. I always thought that Tiny was the best dancer. But, they're both the bomb. They were definitely going harder. If you watch old clips of Xscape performing, Tamika and Tiny they definitely go harder than Candy and Tasha, for sure. So anyway, moving on from that scene, we see Tiny and her song. What's it called? What You Gonna Do? I used to like that song. We need a full release on Apple Music or wherever. We need a full release of Candy and Tiny's music from back then. We just need all these songs because I know they are so good. They are so lit. And we just need that. I just need that in my life. So Candy and Tiny, can y'all do something about that? Who we got to talk to? The licenses? I don't know. But we need a release of K&T music. I mean, right now. So, let me see. We see the beautiful Zonique, Tiny's oldest daughter. She comes over and they're talking or whatever. We see the adorable little Eris. She's so cute. And Eris sings as well. She has a very nice voice. And I'm excited to hear as she get older, will she still be interested in music or singing? And if she is, how her voice is going to develop and stuff over time. If they keep it up with her, Eris is going to be the bomb because I can hear it. She has a very nice voice. I'm sure Tiny sounded just like that when she was, younger. So she talked about Zonique and her singing career and stuff. Zonique was on the Great Xscape tour, but I missed her and June's Diary. They was the openers on the Great Xscape tour because we got there kind of late. So, when it comes to concerts and trying to park and all, this is a hot mess. Sadly, I miss Zonique, but yeah. It was a great show, though. Let me see. So they talked about that. They talked about how Tamika killed Tasha's part and how Tasha recently came to a sound check at whatever show they were at, and how she was in good spirits and everything was fine. And, so whatever. They still have hope in Tasha, I feel. I'm going to watch Candy speak on it. This time she did with Tiny. And Tiny, actually, she's finally started doing reviews of the show. It's kind of late in the game, Tiny. I mean, hell, you only got one more episode left. But hey, Tiny started to review. So I'm going to do a review probably on Speak On It and Tiny, what Tiny had to say on her YouTube channel. If they said anything that the show did not cover. If it's some new news, then I'll talk about it. If it's nothing new or something I already knew, then I probably won't talk about it. Anyway, so Tiny also talked about how Candy said that she feels like Tasha will be using her because Candy said that she don't really need Xscape financially, and Tiny don't either. This is just something they want to do. But she said that Tasha's going to use her, and then when she get what she wants, and when she's on a high, she's going to leave. And apparently that's exactly what Tasha did. So, child, we're going to pray for the people. I just don't know. So SWV, they sit down to eat. Taj tells the girls about what her and Tamika talked about. Tamika said that it's about followers and the following and social media, and Candy and Tiny put butts in the seats because they are more relevant in today's time. Of course, Coco said that Tamika's not relevant. Coco done came out, okay? Coco done came out. You feel me? And so they was just like, well, what does that have to do with anything? Lily made a comment later on in the episode that they have all these followers. They should be 90 million records sold. And it's interesting how that is, but I agree. Look at Sierra, for instance. And she has so many followers. especially on Instagram, but nobody hardly buys Sierra's music or anything. It's just so weird how people, it's just so, like, they support you, but not really, you know? It's so interesting how the world is. But, yeah. They also went on how they feel like week should be the closing in number for the show, which I disagree. Even though week is obviously way more successful than understanding, to me, the message in understanding, is something that we all can relate to. In a way, it's a uplifting song. It's inspirational in a way. And, it's something that we can all relate to. We all need understanding with something, at something, for something. And so, although I understand that, but that particular argument, I'm going to disagree with SWV. And I think that Xscape should close the show with understanding and have all of them come out and sing it. Or have, let's say SWV just left the stage singing Weak. And let's say Xscape already on stage singing Understanding. Then we turn their mics down, and then we start to hear SWV sing Weak. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. And then we turn Xscape mics. We turn Xscape mics up. What I need from you is understanding. Can't explain why your love, it makes me weak. Then SWV starts singing Understanding. Then Xscape starts singing Weak. And then they come together and blend. And then they end the show with all in unison. Understanding is what we need. Yeah. Or whatever. However they want to. That's what I like, a Glee moment. Like on Glee, or like a Pitch Perfect moment. Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's how I feel like they should do it. And to me, that would make sense. So that way it's not, Xscape is definitely ending the song. It's like, okay, we're going to kind of end with Understanding, but we're also going to end with Weak, if that makes sense. That's what I think they should do. But nobody pays attention to this queen on YouTube. Anyway, so what else is going on? Lily, we see Lily and her beautiful sister. They look alike. So we see Lily, she getting ready to take her dog, well, her daughter's dog, her grandpuppy, to the groomers. And I was like, yeah, it's a black pet groomers. You don't see that. They got everything in Atlanta. I love it. But they have a self-cleaning thing. So basically, they got it set up for you to wash your own dog. I'm like, well, hell, I wonder if Lily knew that. I don't think she did. Because she could have just put that little dog in a tub or something. Or put her ass in the ice chest and made it happen, and then finished the rest, at the place. But maybe she didn't know, so whatever. And so, yeah, they talked about that, and Lily feels like Xscape thinks they're better than them. I don't think that Xscape thinks they're better than SWV. I just think Xscape is just... This has just been their reality for a couple of years since they got back together. And this is just what they expect now. And Xscape is one of those groups that have adapted with the times. And this is just how things go these days. But as far as the co-headlining, that's what they should do. And I think that Xscape is taking this situation as if it's like an actual tour, like a real life thing. And it hasn't been, any news out about it, whatever. But I personally don't think there's going to be a tour between SWV and Xscape no time soon. And so I think that they was taking it more that route. And I do understand the business aspect of it. But it's just not that deep, and it's not that serious for one show, for one night only. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. But I don't think the Xscape thinks they're better. And then it's also just like a culture thing, not in terms of race. We all black, but in terms of there's a culture difference between New York and Atlanta. People get fly and flashy in Atlanta just to go to the mall, just to go to Walmart, just to go to the gas station. I mean, they look like they stepped off the red carpet. And then New York, there's just more chill, more, we get dressed up when it's time to dress up. But other than that, I'm chilling in my jeans, my Timbs, my hat. It's what's good, yeah, I'm a Southern Belle. I'm born and raised in the South, South Carolina. But I definitely, for me personally, I'm more of the SWV aesthetic. I show out when it's time to show out like the Atlanta girls, but I'm not doing that every day, mama. Child, bottom of my feet hurt now, and I'm just sitting here. It's that as well. So it's a lot of different things. Let me see. Coco and Candy, they meet up to discuss the playlist. We see Steven, which is the guy that's handling the graphics for the show. He is doing the set list as well. Coco says she don't really understand why he's doing that. It would make sense to have somebody different doing that, but I don't know what happened behind the scenes. But I like Steven. Steven seems cool. So we get to the whole set list, child. Steven goes, okay, so we're gonna do I'm So Into You first. Coco was like, nope. And so he was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna do Anything, the remix first. She was like, yep. And then he was like, so we're gonna go into Tonight for Xscape. Then we're gonna go Rain, SWV. Then we're gonna go Always on My Mind, SWV. And Coco was like, I don't like that. That's ugly. So he was like, oh, okay, Lord. So then he was like, okay, so we're going to go, Who Can I Run To? Xscape. And then Xscape is going to stay on the stage. We're going to go to Do You Want To? Xscape. Coco was like, ooh, child, this sleepy, child, because it's a lot of ballads. SWV has way more up-tempo songs and hits than Xscape. Most of Xscape hits are ballads. And that's also a weird, kind of thing. Well, then he went into You're the One by SWV, which is my favorite up-tempo song by SWV. He said You're the One by SWV. Then he was like, Can we? We're going to do that. Then Xscape Won't Go Feel So Good. Then SWV Right Here. Xscape Just Kicking It. And then he was like, we're going to do Weak by SWV. And then to close the show, Understanding by Xscape. And then we got into the whole thing about should Understanding end versus Xscape. I just gave my answer to that. Because should Understanding close besides Weak. This is real confusing what he said. And I know I'm confused. I don't know about y'all. The set list and all that. Later on, Coco, she was just like, maybe we should just do one, have Xscape do their full show and have us do our full show. Then or maybe just do that. Have SWV or whoever wants to go first. Y'all do y'all whole set list. We do our whole set list. And then at the end, just come together and do like what I just said earlier. Because this is confusing. And we don't know how anything can happen during the live show. The mic's going to be together. Like, the wardrobe changes. Like, it's a lot. And it's 7 ladies to make sure that they're straight. And so, I don't know. I don't know how they do on combined tours. But I'm sure they have plenty of experience doing it. But it just all seems confusing. Just have everybody go one at a time. And then come together on the last song. Okay, so we get to the dressing stylist thing. Well, first we see Candy and who we see? We see Candy and Tiny. They're in a car together. And then we see Jalen, Coco, and Taj. They're in the car together. And Jalen revealed that he'll be going back to school and stuff, which kind of, I understand. I understand why he's doing it. It's a lot of pressure from his mom, and he really sat back and thought about it. He says, and decided to go back to school and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. And ultimately, I guess Coco is right in a sense of education is everything. It's not much you can do without education and all that kind of stuff. But on the contrary, there's plenty of people with degrees and still can't find a job. So it's just like, you just never know what life is going to take you. And it is what it is. I hope Jalen continues to sing. He has a great voice, and I do like his song. But something interesting, Coco said in her confessional, she was just like, I don't regret not going to school. But, it's nice to have. But then she'd be like, oh, I wish I would have went to school. And then she'd be like, oh, I don't regret it, though. So it's just like, it is kind of contradictory. Is that the word? Hopefully. But I do understand the concept of, as a parent, you always want the best for your child. You always want more for them than what you had. I get all that. But you turned out all right, Coco. You dealt with a lot, but God saw you through it, and you made it. And you can't turn off that creative mind at all. So we're going to see. We're going to see how everything transpires. Okay, so we get to the dressing room thing. We have a stylist. I think his name is Corey Boy. He styled the ladies during the Great Xscape tour and stuff. And but this is the first time that SWV is working with him. So everybody comes in. It's interesting when you look at the seating arrangement. Tasha always sits separately from Xscape. SWV usually sits together. But it's like, I've been noticing, like, Tasha makes it her business to not sit next to anybody from Xscape. And I'm just like, she is just... I hope all this stuff works out for you, Tasha. I really do. I don't hate you, sis, at all. But I just hope all this work out for you. Because if not, I don't know what you're going to do. Because... and y'all doing this reality show. And like I said before, if people don't like you, ain't nobody gonna purchase what you selling. And that's just it. If I was up here cutting kids' toes off and I was selling shampoo, ain't nobody gonna buy my shampoo and conditioner, y'all. They just ain't. So I don't know. But hey. Anyway. And going back to the Jalen thing really quick, another reason I think, even though she don't say it, another reason that Coco is worried or don't want Jalen to get into this music industry is because the music industry, especially R&B and hip hop, is homophobic. And Jalen is fierce, okay? Jalen, we got to get our nails did. Look, I work in a factory, so my nails is all beat up and bruised and battered and manly. So we got to go get our nails did, Jalen. He's so cute. I like him. I've been subscribed to his YouTube channel for a while. But yes, that's another reason. And it's tough. It is tough out here to make it. And a lot of us in the LGBT community, we have to make it on our own. We have to create our own lane, create our own stuff. Because we already know what time it is. Everybody gets rejected, no matter who you are, no matter your gender or orientation. But at the end of the day, we already know what time it is with us, child. So he has a little leeway, a little protection because his mama is Coco. But at the end of the day, the industry in particular is not going to be, nice to him probably. So that's another reason. Nobody wants to see their child go through that. But at the end of the day, many people have came before Jalen and before me and before anybody else that's black and LGBT out here. And many people will come after. Yes, you're going to go through some stuff, but you're going to push through. The good Lord is going to see you through. Don't stop your dreams, Jalen. Don't stop it now. Anyway. So we sit down. Tamika, she made a joke about Tasha being Diana Ross and how she showed up as a different stylist. She has a different stylist, and she showed up totally different from what everybody else had on last time. And I was just like, "Champ." And Tasha was like, "Well, everybody knows who Diana Ross is." And I'm sitting here like, "Not you." Girl, bye. So anyway, let me see. Candy, what's going on with that hair in your confessionals? That bun, what is that? Have you been talking to Sheree? What's going on with that hair, Candy? Y'all just ran out. Y'all done ran out of styles. That was not a look, sis. So they get the measurements, blah, blah, blah. So then Candy, she brings up, so I mean, last time we talked, we had issues about the last song. So, I mean, like, and it was just like, Taj started to speak. She was just like, well, we want to do Week, 3 million streams, 3 million albums sold. Like, Week is our biggest hit. We need to close it. That's just on period. The whole SWV agrees. And then Lily started to speak. She was just like, I'm not going to be ever put in a position where people, try to put me down or whatever, and all this fluff stuff that y'all into, pianos in the dressing room, separate dressing rooms, etc. Because Xscape apparently has separate dressing rooms. SWV, they all be in the same dressing room, apparently. Apparently, Tiny has to have a piano in her room, which I don't really understand. Unless you could just get creative throughout the show, or you're practicing your notes. La, 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 or something like that. I don't know. But it's not necessary, is what Lily was saying. Tiny, she was just sitting there. She was like, nah, I mean, y'all feel like y'all should close the show. We feel like we should close the show. I mean, ain't nobody saying nothing different. Look, I mean, our shows ain't on no Michael Jackson level or J-Lo level, but our stuff look good. We got lights and stuff. We did not come out, in overalls and flats and all that. Feel what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's just night and day. So, I ain't gonna never work with Xscape. I'm blocked from everything like TS and Kaya. Oh, bless my heart. So anyway, I love y'all though. So, yeah, so Tamika and Coco got into it. Coco was like, well, this is getting on my mother effing nerves. Like, I'm sick of all this. This is ridiculous. Y'all do y'all show. We do our show. Then Tamika, what about the sisterhood? I was like, Tamika, the sisterhood is messed up with your sister. You figure your stuff out with your sister. Xscape can't be good for nobody because Xscape can't be good for themselves. So, I mean, girl, y'all got enough drama, Xscape. Y'all should let SWV do whatever the hell they want to do. Child, bye. Y'all don't even know if it's going to be 3 of y'all, 2 of y'all, 4 of y'all, 6 of y'all. 6, because the other 2 members of Xscape is Miss G, Mama Gloria, and Rocky. And don't add me to the mix. Oh, y'all know I'm going to outdo all y'all. So, I mean, So, y'all be cutting up on here. It don't make no sense how y'all act. So, anyway, so they started to get into it, and I was like, Lord. Side note, petty moment. If Tamika and Coco was to get into a fight, who would win? I don't know. If Coco get on the med. I don't know. Who y'all think would win between Coco and Tamika? That'd be a good one. I think Tamika's strong. But I think Coco quick. So we gonna see. Just joking, y'all. So the last thing we see is Xscape have a meeting. Everybody's sitting there. Tasha wearing that blonde hair out, girl. I mean, girl. So everybody sit down. And Tamika was like, so, your husband, talking to Tasha, has been dealing with a promoter and he's been getting a kickback. I didn't know what a kickback was. I thought the last time went to a kickback, there was a party, at somebody's house. Come over for a little kickback. I was like, hey. So I didn't know a kickback was this as well. So I gotta blow my nose, so don't wait till I close the video. That's what I get for talking about people, right? The Lord always get you back. Tasha, Rocky. This is an example. The indigestion, the sinuses. Ooh. So yeah, she was like, so Tamika, she handed out screenshots of a conversation between Rocky and the promoter. So basically, Candy explained it that Rocky is working with a promoter for Tasha to get Xscape on board to do that promoter shows. In terms, he would be giving Rocky extra money on top of what he was paying us. So I was like, oh, shady messy. And apparently, they started to get on Tasha. Tasha acted like she didn't know what was going on. She was like, I didn't do nothing. And Candy was like, but this is your husband. How you don't know? And they even mentioned Rocky was in the text message. Apparently, he said that she knew, or she was brought up in the conversation, or whatever, how have you. So Tasha still denying it, and the episode ended with her calling Rocky. So I guess we gonna see next week what Rocky say. Denying. We already know what Rocky gonna say. My question to y'all is this: do y'all think it's possible that Tasha don't know? I left the answer on Twitter, and a lot of people commented under it. I think on the Peach Report on Twitter. Do y'all think that Tasha really don't know what Rocky be doing? He has no problem throwing her under the bus, though. If that's the case, Lord. Tasha ain't gonna get no peace. As far as with Xscape and even the fans, until she leaves that husband job. But she ain't gonna do it. She is not. But we're gonna pray for Tasha's sanity, and we're gonna pray for all of Xscape. We're gonna pray for Rocky too, because we all had a conversation with God. And I was trying to end with something profound, but I ain't got nothing, y'all. With that said, I'm MrChalaki. MrChalaki on the Google Plus. Follow me at @ItsKingsWorld on Instagram and Twitter. At @ItsKingsWorld89 on Snapchat. Chess King on Facebook. MrChalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money or run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.